Section 107 fair use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we're here to do. Please do not go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in this video. It is for entertainment and reaction purposes only. It's my opinion and my opinion only. Honey, today we're going to talk about Micheal Duvall and the super expose that he has got out here on these apps. And I know this is not usual content. We usually talk about parenting, lack thereof, have some fun, but in this instance, it does got something to do with kids. So we're going to get out here and we're going to advocate that this man be shut down, be stopped, and that awareness is brought to him. So Micheal Duvall, he's very, 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 very popular on TikTok and Instagram. He does have a YouTube channel, but it's just not as big as his following over there on TikTok and Instagram. I came across Micheal over on Instagram because he does a few things. And I'm telling you, I was a follower. I used to watch him all the time. I've recently unsubscribed, of course, but let me give you a little backstory about him. He's out here and he remodeled a whole, and I do mean whole trailer. He did it all in pink because that's his favorite color. He did it by thrifting, by budget shopping. Then he moved and he did his whole new place by thrifting, budget shopping. He shows how to put it together. He goes out and he finds vintage things, and that's what drew me to him. He does a lot of other stuff that mainly is, day in life and crap like that and makeup, but what drew me to him was his thrift store shopping and his vintage finds. As of recently, he has been exposed from some things that he has been doing that is just totally outlandish. Now, when you see him on TikTok and you see him on Instagram, he doesn't talk about the other side of the track that he runs with. He doesn't talk about his OnlyFans account and what he does over there. I had no clue that he had one. But let's just get down to the meat and potatoes. Recently, Micheal, right, has been exposed for some of the content that he's been posting over there on his OnlyFans page. And it involved that when he got on here, he told people he used to work as a pre-K teacher and he used to do this and he used to do that. In my mind, because he never went into it over too much on TikTok or Instagram, he says, hey, I have an ex-fiance. Now I'm making good money on content. So I figured, he just, left working because he makes such good money on content. But no, come to find out, Micheal, right? He is over here and he was working as a pre-K, that means before kindergarten, teacher, honey, at a daycare. And he was up there in the bathrooms of the daycare and he was, doing some lewd things, to post for his OnlyFans content. He was up in the bathroom taking not only, how do I say this without being struck? Bare photos of himself to sell on OnlyFans with all of the, daycare stuff behind him. But he also was out there relieving himself in the bathroom and filming it. Now, I use the term relieving himself. You could read up here, some of the comments of what he was actually doing. But what sickened everyone was that the videos he was posting over there, you could hear children in the background, number one. Number two, the place that he was relieving himself had a potty training thing on the toilet, right? So that means that it was actively being used by children. It is so gross. It doesn't, when I tell you, it doesn't matter how much you disinfect it, how much you wipe it down. It is sick that you are doing that around children. People who have worked at the daycare are also coming out speaking, saying, oh my God, he used to take so many bathroom breaks. We thought he had a stomach problem or something. They were also saying that the bathroom that he was using did not have locks for safety of the children of going in and, maybe locking themselves in if they had to use it. So at any time that he was doing all of this, the children could have walked in and seen him exposed. Now, if you think that's bad, even over there on his OnlyFans and things of that nature, he was out here and he was posting comments that were towards, certain groups of people that were very racist. He was on here talking some very nasty things about animals. I mean, the person that he portrays himself on TikTok versus what he portrays himself and what he's into over on OnlyFans were two different people. That's the bottom line. He came out to make a video apologizing, so he says, but all he did was give the blame to everybody else. Of course, he blames it on the ex-fiance. He says that he was doing this kind of content that would spice up him and his ex-fiance's ex-life, the sex life. That's why he was doing it. He claims that by doing this in this place of a daycare, he was making a lot of money, right? He was making a whole bunch of money and he didn't know how to stop because the money was so addicting. Well, first off, sir, you shouldn't be doing any of this stuff in a place where children are. You were making content that was really geared toward one type of people, which would be a PEDO, right? The PETA type of people that would want to hear children in the background and see you relieving yourself on toilets that had training seats on it. And the fact that I thought this boy was no more than 17, 18 years old when I first started watching him, and he's a grown man, and the fact that he acts like a child and dresses like a child and puts bows in his hair and things, it's starting to make me think that he really is trying to sell content to the people that, you know, kind of like children a little too much. Y'all know I'm trying to tiptoe over it because I don't want to say certain words to get flagged. But the bottom line of it is people have been calling him out all week. And I do believe if you watch him, he needs to be canceled. Now, he had lots, and I do mean lots. He was close to 1 million followers at one point over there on TikTok. He has lost hundreds of thousands of followers since I made this video, and it's still dropping, as well as over on Instagram. But more people need to be aware of people like this. The daycare that he used to work at, the parents need to come and sue the pants off of them. People have done an update saying that the daycare that he once worked at, that they really, kind of offered him, we can fire you or you can resign. And he chose to resign. He made in the video saying that the daycare backed him, and they couldn't believe all the hate he was getting online for the things that he was doing. Since then, they have realized that daycare closed the door, but they opened up another location. So either way that it goes, the parents of the children that were being taught at that place, right, when all of this was going on, need to be made aware. It doesn't matter what the excuse was. The fact of the matter is, let's just put aside that you have made all these racist comments, that you made comments towards animals that were no good. Let's talk about the children. You bearing everything, your body, let me say it that way, and relieving yourself in a place where children are, and then being able to even do that and relieve yourself and be turned on by it is gross and disgusting. You don't know what any of those children have been through. You don't know what they have walked in on. You have no clue. This needs to be addressed ASAP. And I'm not one. People can post whatever they want, but do not have two different personalities on two different sides of the track. Don't be over there making the content how you really feel and then coming over here and acting all nice to everyone, acting like all you do is thrift, when in your personal spare time you're doing sick-ish. The police need to get involved with this ASAP. He needs to be investigated. He needs to be canceled. And I typically don't make this kind of content, but if you follow him, came across him, or like his shopping videos, just know there's a other side of him. And not only should you listen to this video, but other videos that are out about him. Listen to his apology and how he blamed it on everybody else, and how he took no accountability, and he thought that what he was doing was just a-okay because he claims he was in a bathroom that wasn't being used by children. But guys, go check it out. If you happen to come across them, just unfollow him and go on about your business, because he's not even worth it. But I wanted to make everybody aware. Once again, I will see you guys in the comment, and I had to bring this to my people. I don't care if one person sees it or 2,000 people see it. He needs to be done and over with. This is gross. I'll see you in the comments below.